Hi. I hate that I even have to make this video, but here we are. So if you read the title, then you basically understand what's going on. To put it simply, I've lost multiple videos that were yet to be uploaded with absolutely no way to recover them. It's just that simple. Fucking sucks. The playthroughs for Elden Ring, Deltarune, Devil May Cry 2, and Devil May Cry 3 have all been affected. So I'll have to take some time to figure out the exact details of what I'm doing next and how I'm going about everything. But in the meantime, uploads are probably going to be a bit more sporadic, and it's going to break the schedule that I've had going on, which is lame. I was actually being pretty consistent for that for a while now. But I wanted to record this video in a way where you don't have to watch the whole thing to get like any more information than you give a shit about. So like if all you want is the TLDR, then that's it. That's what's going on. But for the rest of the video, I'm going to actually take some time and explain exactly what was lost for each of those 4 playthroughs and what I'm going to do about it. So, okay, first off, we got Elden Ring and Deltarune kind of in a similar place, where the plan is basically just do nothing and just carry on with the playthroughs like normal, and give a little disclaimer in the episode that was broken. So, in the case of Elden Ring, there was a whole episode that was lost, which sucks, but luckily it wasn't one where there was a lot of like large story progression happening. It was just me exploring the crumbling Fair Missoula area. I hadn't gotten to the final boss of that area yet, or I think I got to him at the end of that episode, but I hadn't like actually gone through that whole fight or gotten to like the second phase. If you know, you know. And I hadn't gone on to fight and beat Melania, which those were both things that I did next that I still have access to. So like all things considered, I'm lucky that it was just the exploring the area part that got deleted. But it, it still sucks. But I know in the grand scheme of that game, a game that huge, one exploration episode isn't really that big of a deal. So, I don't see it as a huge loss, and I'm not super concerned about it. So I'll just record another little video or put some text or something, and in that video, explain again that it's lost, and I just have to make that cut. About like an hour and a half of gameplay later. Deltarune, even less of a worry, honestly, because here's the thing. I still have all the footage from the normal route. Chapter 3 is fully uploaded. Chapter 4 is in the progress of being uploaded, and I still have the rest of Chapter 4. So that's fine. I'm honestly, like, as long as that's intact, I would be good. I started the Weird Route playthrough, and that's the one where one of the videos is, like, corrupted. It just won't play at all. I tried recovering it. There's no way. All of these things, I guess I should have mentioned that. All of these videos, I tried over a full 24 hours worth of trying different recovery software and like video corruption fixing software and like all kinds of stuff. It's nothing's going to fix it, unfortunately. So, but the good thing about Deltarune is that I am still only in Chapter 3 for the Weird Route, and there's nothing really different in Chapter 3 for the Weird Route. There's like a few lines and stuff, but for the most part, it's just me replaying Chapter 3, honestly, mostly wordlessly, and just trying to get the S ranks and get the Shadow Mantle stuff and all that done in preparation to go on to the Act 4 Weird Route. So I'm not super concerned about that. It's just going to be like 45 minutes of me doing the mini games in Chapter 3 on a replay that is lost. So like, not super important. The big ones though are DMC2 and DMC3. both of those actually are, I would say, pretty significant. Devil May Cry 2, in an almost comical coincidence, is probably the greatest loss by just pure percentage of gameplay lost out of all the games here, because the entire last couple hours of the game are gone. Just all, like, the entire finale of that game is just gone. And me talking about my opinions after and all that is missing. So that would be fucking hilarious if it didn't suck so bad. And Devil May Cry 3, I have the newer episodes I've recorded, but I was more devastated about this than literally any of the other things, because I lost the episode 1 of Devil May Cry 3, which means, like, that first recording, that first hour where I was getting so excited about how cool this game was and how much fun I was having, that's just, like, lost to time now. And it kind of makes me really sad. So, yeah, those two are different than Elden Ring and Deltarune, because I'm not just letting those go. I am actually going to take the extra effort and replay them and re-record them. And that means including DMC2. It's just when I thought I escaped, that game fucking grabbed me and pulled me back by the ankles, I guess. Of course, no problem playing Devil May Peak 3 again. But yeah, DMC2 and 3, I'll re-record them. And it won't be the same. I know it won't be the same because it won't actually be my first experience, but I'll try my best to relay what my first impressions were and actually still give, because my opinion on DMC2 hasn't really changed, and my impressions of DMC3 are going to be probably still pretty similar to when I first played them, when I first played it. The only thing that'll be missing is, like, I can't say, like, ooh, here are my expectations for DMC3, because, like, I already know what the game is like now. Anyway, the point is, I know that it won't be exactly the same thing, but like, what was I going to do? Start uploading DMC3 on part 2? You know, I stop the DMC2 playthrough halfway through. Like, any other way would have been way more stupid than this way. So that's just kind of how it has to be. So that's what's going on. If you were interested in any of those playthroughs, I really hope these solutions and explanations suffice. I hope it doesn't just, like, ruin the vibe. And I know that not a lot of people watch my playthroughs, like, all the way. Not that many people watch my videos in general, so I know for sure that most people aren't sitting there and watching the playthroughs. In fact, like, from analytics, I'm pretty certain that most people will just, like, drop in and watch, like, a hype moment from a game that they remember and then drop back out. But to be honest, this video is also just as much for my own sanity, because this channel is a creative outlet for me. It's, you know, it's part of my creative output in a lot of ways, and I take pride in maintaining it with a certain standard. And so just leaving playthroughs to be just, like, dead or missing parts and, you know, incomplete with no sort of explanation or effort to rectify it just didn't really sit right with me. So that's what I got. And that's all I have for now. But I plan to try and get this sorted fairly quickly and get that regular schedule up and running again as soon as I really can. I'm going to have to sort out those videos. Some of the videos I didn't even have access to the local recording anymore, but, like, the newer ones, I was able to just in time go to Twitch and download those VODs. So I'm going to have to, like, get all that stuff sorted out and get them edited and get those uploaded and all that stuff. So it's going to be a bit of work, but it shouldn't be too bad. So yeah. Thanks for listening to me ramble. I hope to see you again. But until I do, bye-bye.